Good morning, all. Hello, we're here bright and early, a few minutes early. Want to make sure to give YouTube and Instagram and Facebook a chance to let all the people know that we are here. We are here this morning. I hope everybody had a good trading day yesterday. We're going to talk about that fake out breakout yesterday because it was a fake out breakout. Folks thought we was going somewhere, and SPX, SPY, XSP, they all said not so fast. Triple Q, not so fast, right? You're trying to go to the moon, not so fast. I mentioned it yesterday, but um, I think the initial breakout had people thinking it was we were going to keep moving, and we didn't. We didn't keep moving. So it's Tuesday, June. I almost said May. The months are going so fast. It is Tuesday, June the 25th. I also feel like my days are kind of running fast or running together. I went back into my classroom yesterday. Well, classrooms. I teach at the university, so I don't really have a classroom. I just go into the room and teach, and then I go back to my office. But I went back to do Summer B. Summer B started yesterday. And, the children, I call them children, the students, they're adults, they just came out of high school. Um, I don't think they really know. Like you say, this is what it's going to be, and they go, okay, I think I can do that. And I don't think they really have a full weight of what it is they're saying yes to. When you say, I'm going to come to math class 4 days a week, I'm going to stay an extra hour on a couple days a week to work on homework and stuff. And I'm going to take a test every 2 weeks. After coming to class for literally 7 days, I'm going to take a test. I'm going to come to class for 7 days. I'm going to take a test. I'm going to come to class for 7 days and take a test. It's just, it can add right on up, right? And they're like, yeah, we can do it. And then 30 minutes into the homework session where they're supposed to be taking like the reassessment or the pre-assessment, they're like yawning and acting like, and I got to pick up my phone and all the things. It's going to be an interesting ride, is what I'm saying. It's going to be an interesting ride. Good morning, everybody. We are here and we are talking about the stock market, not the students that I teach at the university, but these things kind of match. And they match because when we have people who come and say they want to learn how to trade options, a lot of times we're not really clear on what that really entails. People don't really know about how much time you're going to spend in front of screens learning, or in front of a book learning, or listening to somebody else and learning. The education for trading the stock market literally is never ending. The education goes on and on to the break of dawn. It just goes on and on. Let me move this a little bit so people don't get confused with these candles over here. So yeah, this is what happened yesterday. As they say, way last one day. This is what happened yesterday. I need to move those so they don't get confusing. It's just gonna bother me. But anyway, this the stuff in the middle here is what happened yesterday. The market opened right here on the 14th, right? 9:30. This was a 9:30 candle. This is a 15-minute chart. I think it's a 15-minute chart. No, it's the daily chart. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the 15-minute chart. Here we go, because I want to see what happened yesterday. This is a 15-minute chart. Okay, so we opened here, had a nice little pop. People thought we were going to the moon. Of course, folks hopped into calls in the first 15, 30 minutes. Now, this is where we always talk about the 10 o'clock turnaround. This is a 10 o'clock candle. So between 10 and 10:15, look what happened. The market said, we're not going that direction, even though folks who hopped in here. Now, if you just hopped in calls for a hot minute or hopped in a bullish move for a hot minute, then that's fine. But many people set their stock, their trade for the day, and they're ready to run. And that's not what happened yesterday for sure. It doesn't happen a lot of days. Good morning, Karen. Price went up, got here to the, what is this, 54.95, right there before that 5,500, as I mentioned to you all yesterday, and turned back and never went up there again for the entire rest of the day. Let me put a line on here so we'll know that this was the resistance, and it went down from there. It went down from there. We were like, oh yeah, we're running to the moon, baby. Let's get in this and hang out. And then this candle at 10:15 said, I don't think so. I don't think so. This is called an engulfing candle. And I guess you could kind of say maybe not fully because it didn't engulf the top, but it's an engulfing candle because it completely engulfed the body or the open and close of the previous candle. This candle here, this big red one, is an indication that we wanted more downwards action. And what did we get? Some downwards action. These kind of gave you a little indication that they might try to turn around, but this upside down pin bar says it wanted to go down. This here kind of made you think this candle here made you maybe a little bit that it wanted to go up some, and it did go up just a little bit. Went up almost back to the 54.95 and then came right on back down. And for the rest of the day down, it did stop around 2 o'clock, 2:15, and did a little bit of a pullback to a pivot point and then came down to more. This was, of course, the last 15-minute candle, which is always harsh. That power hour, those power hour candles are usually monstrous. And then we came into the close yesterday and closed at 54.47. So we were up as high as 5,500 and we closed at 54.47, which is about 50 points. So it's a pretty good little slide for the day. And I believe I mentioned that yesterday morning that the week had ended. That's SPX on the week, SPX, SPY, triple Q, all of those ended on the inverted pin bar, which basically is like an upside down hammer. Signifies more motion downwards. This little fake out here, of course, caught some people's money, but those who were able to pivot and come on back down, hopefully you made a few dollars. Yeah, Marcia and Carmen, hi. Hopefully you were able to, and for us, because the sellers, the SPX sellers who do 0 DTE are encouraged to wait until 11 or 12 o'clock, really 1 o'clock, to be honest. The less time you can expose yourself to SPX, the better. If you waited till 1 o'clock, that's right in this area, then you would have gotten call credit spreads and your trades would have been fine for the day. Of course, if you tried to get underneath here, you might have gotten caught over here. So you have to always give it as much time as possible during the day to make sure that you got a good idea of what the price of the price action has done for the day. Nori, I see you here this morning, made your first trade yesterday. Excited for you. Even if it was in the paper trading account, I think that's a great step in the forward direction. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That means there's more to come. So much more to come. Okay, so the VIX is at 1336 this morning. The VIX is at 1336. I wanted to go, let me go back here real quick and put this on the daily chart because I want to see what the daily candle end up looking like for SPX. And basically it looked like another upside down pin bar. What did I tell you yesterday? That this signifies, this extra long wicks up here signifies some more motion going downwards. That's what they signify. Now what happens is what happens. Well, that's what's on the daily. Here we go. What happens is what happens. We've got our resistance up here because the market will do what it do. We had a doji on Friday, and then yesterday we had this upside down or inverted pin bar. Again, we're coming into the 9-period moving average, which may provide some support, but it's this candle signifies there could be some downwards motion. We don't necessarily trade what we want to see. We trade what we see. So we don't try not to have a bias, but just know that, I mean, we're looking at what we see. Basically, you're trading what you see. I do see a gap here that needs to be, that SPX may come back and decide it wants to come back at. Let's see if we can get to that. There's one gap. That's the closest gap. Of course, there's another one down here. Let me put my little thingy on here first before I go find another gap. Okay, let you know that that's a place. If you look back here, you'll see that even as the gap started to feel here, it came to the 25% mark, came right down to this line and went the other way. I was saying yesterday how the gap has these quartiles in it that will provide support and resistance, support really in this case. Along the way, you at the top of the gap, and each of these quartiles will also provide some support. Strong or not, it will provide support. As you see here, the price came down in here too and went on back up, and it may come on back down here. Maybe it'll feel it all the way, maybe it won't. We'll have to just see, but just know that that's support inside of the gap. Okay. The VIX is at 1336. I just mentioned that a little while ago. And wow, the NVIDIA guy is on here every single day. I mean, every single day they got a picture of the NVIDIA dude. NASDAQ set for gains and NVIDIA turns a corner. NVIDIA route sends investors on a hunt for clues to the bottom. Yellen tells YF, not sure what YF is, she expects inflation to soon return to the Feds, something or other. Bitcoin seems to be sliding. I've seen that and some messages about that. Biden very hostile to Bitcoin. Marathon Digital Holdings CEO. I wonder why he's so hostile towards them. Old school identity theft is back. Disney's Inside Out. Why does these always feel like the same things are each day, even though it's new information? It feels like it's the same things every morning. Anyway, here we go. CNBC. It's popping up. Cisco and Disney Field yesterday. Good job, Nori. Woohoo. Fed Governor Bowman says she's still open to raising rates if inflation doesn't improve. I like the fact that they're like at least give us a picture of who we're looking at, because I call them by their name, but don't know whether they're males or females. So, Despicable Me is coming out July 3rd. That's going to be cute. I'm a Despicable Me fan. Aye. EU charges Microsoft with abusive bundling of Teams and Office. Oh, really? Breaching antitrust rules. Uh-oh. Airbus shares fall 11% as the company cuts 2024 guidance on targets. They must have had earnings this morning. Okay, let's look at what we've got for meetings today. Today's Tuesday. FOMC member Bowman, the one we were just talking about, she spoke at 7. I hope I remember in the future that Bowman is a she. She spoke at 7. At 9 o'clock, we're going to have, which is going to be like 20 minutes, we're going to have the S&P CS Composite HPI, which I believe is Housing Price Index year over year and month over month. That's at 9 o'clock. It's an orange and yellow folder. 10 o'clock, we've got CB Consumer Confidence. That's a red folder. Red folders generally move the market a little bit, add some volatility. Richmond Manufacturing Index. 12 o'clock, we've got FOMC member Cook. And at 2:10 again, Bowman will speak. She spoke this morning and she'll speak again at 2:10 this afternoon. 10 o'clock, right in time for the 10 o'clock turnaround. Y'all see that? So be mindful at 10 o'clock. Let's see if anything's on here that's different than what we just said here. The Red Book, 855. House Price Index is 9 o'clock. Consumer Confidence, 10 o'clock, 10:30. Dallas Fed Service Revenues, 12 o'clock. 2-year note auction is at 1 o'clock. 2:15 Bowman speaks, and then 4:30 market is closed. We got crude oil there. Okay. If you've got some stocks you want us to look at this morning, you want to put those into the chat. I didn't get to UAL yesterday, but I will look at it today. I think we have an earnings. FedEx is going to be in earnings this afternoon. So we're going to see if we can look at FedEx. Might be something you can do. Oh, Carnival Cruise Line had earnings this morning. Let's look at that too. Carnival Cruise Line had earnings this morning. TD, Cinex, and Airship. Then we got FedEx, Aftermarket, Progress, and this Green Tree. Tomorrow morning, Paychex, General Mills, and UniFirst are going to be. Micron, of course, is anticipated. That's going to be tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. Good morning, Janae. Look at you. Hey, Asleen. You probably got one eye open, but you're here. Good job. Good job, Janae, mama. This is Adam's numbers for the day for SPX. The last 3 days have been all about one level in SPX. 54.54. Put this on your charts. 54.54. Yesterday, I was looking for a rally from it to 54.95. We held and ran to 54.95 and sold late day, lost 54.54, sold to about 54.44, first down, and it was reclaimed. It was reclaimed. Plan today, 54.54 to 57 is support. 54.54 to 57 is support. Hold on real quick. I'm going to make sure we can look at SPX 500, see where we are right now. keeps 54.66, 54.77, 54.90, and 95 alive. If 54.54 fails, then we dip to 54.44 and 54.38. The gap between these two, between SPX and ES, is currently 65 points. We are now at 54.57 in SPX 500. So we're right at that place that Adam's talking about, that 54.54 being the pivot place. We are in that zone right now. It is also where there is, I'll show you. Let me show you. Also right here where there is a moving average. Come on, put on the screen. See, we're right here at this 9. I believe this is a 9-period EMA is what I keep on my chart. And it is right here at that moving average. Moving averages will many times provide some support. Again, may not be strong because we do know that stuff goes through. You can look back here and see stuff does go through a moving average, but they do provide the price will kind of ride along a moving average. Nankali is saying, how do you prefer to trade earnings? I generally do not trade earnings, especially as a seller, because the volatility of earnings does not work well with selling strategies. If I decide to sell earnings, it's what every now and then, and it will be called a lotto. Well, lotto play, basically, where I'm saying I'm going to maybe get a contract or two of something small that's not going to cost me a bunch of money just to see what it does. It's not something that I really have as a part of my regular plan, because trading earnings is literally like playing the lottery. You can have good guidance and the price goes nuts. You can have bad guidance and, good guidance, the price goes nuts or the price drops. You can have bad guidance, the price goes up or drops. It doesn't really matter. It's like it could be good and the stock could operate opposite of what it is. The other thing I look at is because we trade options, by the time you get the earnings, play the pop, and the morning comes, you got IV crushed, which basically means that your premiums start to dissipate really, really fast. And so unless you bought out in time, so not like bought the same week of the earnings, so if you buy out in time, you won't feel that as much. But again, by the time the market opens, all the time where you can really, take your money off the table, the volatility crushes and you're out of gas. So I don't generally trade them, but sometimes I will do, again, a little lotto, but that's what it is. If you trade earnings, you need to plan to walk away from the money. Jamie says a low VIX plus low earnings activity might possibly mean lower premiums, right? Yep. Lower VIX, lower earnings, then not a lot of volatility will give you lower premiums. You got to keep that in mind when you're trading. And if the price is just kind of, which is, if it's just kind of consolidating, like this past Friday, when SPX was kind of right in a consolidation area, if there's no movement, there's no premiums to go grab. So that's how that goes. Okay. Let's go back to add to the stage. Come on the right. Nope. Hope this does it. This does right. I hate to do this in the middle, but oh, sweetheart, you can do it. There we go. Okay. Had to get on the right server. When I come home, my computer is out in another area and it picks up the Wi-Fi out there, and then I come into my office and I have to remember to change it. This is our options seller trade ideas for the week. Hey, if you got in one of these yesterday, go ahead and put it in the comments. I think Nori said her Cisco and Disney filled yesterday. Yeah, so if you're going to, if you traded any of these, put these in the chat. I want to see what you got in yesterday. I used last week's watch list, so because I was entering last week. So I am in Datadog, I am in TQQQ, and I am in Snow. Now I am allowing, because I'm back in the classroom, like I told y'all, all day long. It's a long ride for the teaching thing now, and I can't focus on my charts or anything like that. I'm letting Peakbot do the majority of my trading. Basically, Peakbot will enter the trades, and Peakbot will, it doesn't manage it. It basically will enter them and manage it at the end. It won't do any management in the middle. That's something that you have to look at peakbot.com on your own, right? But you don't need to, because when it gets to Thursday or Friday, when it's time to close the trade, Peakbot will close it. It will close, so you don't have to worry about closing it yourself. But because I'm an active enough trader that I can look and see what my stuff is doing in the times I do have. I don't have to be watching a chart to see what the process of a seller of a credit spread is doing, so I can come in periodically and check what's going on. But if you're super busy or you're doing some other things and you can't watch your stuff, then let Peakbot help you. I put a link in the chat. Use peakbot.com/E2T. I don't know why it's not showing up for the Facebook side, but you can go ahead and let Peakbot assist you, like I'm letting it assist me. I'm letting it help. I'm letting Peakbot help. Okay, because I can't watch all the time, and I want to still be able to, make my dollars and let the bot help out. This will be great too if you're just learning. If you're somebody who's learning, and while you're learning, you want to let Peakbot help you. It connects to Schwab, Tradier, and Tasty Trades. Tasty Trades. Yeah, not Tasty Works, Tasty Trades. All right. So let's look at what's on here. I'm going to look at FedEx, not call credit spreads. I'm going to look at FedEx, Carnival Cruise Lines, and I'm going to look at XSP. Those are the ones I'm going to look at this morning. And UAL, because I didn't look at that yesterday. UAL I'm going to look at. Okay. So let's go to the charts. Let's go. XSP. It's going to look a lot like, this is XSP, Nori. I believe you asking about that one. It looks a lot like SPX because it is the SPX Mini. It's the SPX Mini. Now, XSP is cash settled, and it can be used every single day for premiums. You can use XSP like you do RUT for every day for premiums because it has a 0 DTE. And as a seller, you can get in, collect your premiums, and let it expire worthless. When you're working with XSP, SPX, those, you want to let them expire unless you want to use a day trade. Of course, up to you. But if you don't want to use your day trades, you have to let them expire. One way you can help that is you can use the PDT hack. The PDT hack allows you to get in and out of day trades, especially on cash settled. I'm looking for the link to put up, especially on cash settled. So that way you can lock in your profits without using your day trades. And that's what we want to do. We want to lock in our profits without using our day trades. Why is that PDT? It's not here. Okay, well, did I take the PDT hack off of here? Looks like I might have. I don't see it. So, come back. There we go. PDT hack to lock in. Dun, dun, dun. I really had that. I really thought I had that in one of my thingies. I believe it's $17. Okay, looking at XSP. I believe this right here is going to be, I lost my ring yesterday, and I keep touching that finger because it fell off my finger. It was too loose, I made the mistake of wearing it too loose, and I lost it. Now I got to go back to the place where I bought it and get me another one. Okay. Alrighty. So We've got a pullback here. Strong pullback was right at 550. That area is going to provide resistance until it blows through here, which it's going to have trouble. So Adam was just saying 54, which is like 545 is going to be support, which is kind of where we are right now, is at 545. So I'm going to move this up a little bit, actually puts this right in here. 545 is going to also, you see here on my little pivot line, oh, that just tells you where current price is. 545 is almost where current price is right now. That's going to provide some support. You want to, though, because what did our thing say? You could go down to what, 543, I think we put on XSP. Is that what's in our, let me see. The graphic says 543 on the put side, which is where this is. So it could go as low as 543. Potentially, of course, you always want to watch and trade what you see. PCS at or below. Guess I should put the right letters in here. But how'd you get there? Just change the whole chart. No. At or below 543. 543. There we go. Put credit spread at or below 543. And you're going to want to be mindful about that 550. I would be shocked, honestly, if SPX ran back up there again, but it could. Anything could happen. But call credit spread at above 550. Okay, that's what I see for XSP. You can trade accordingly. Trade accordingly. Okay, so FDX. FedEx. Let's see what's been going on with FedEx. Ooh, is this what's called a double bottom? 1, 2. This is that W shape, looks like. Once we've broken once you break the neck, if you want to call it that, of the W, which it has, it moved on up. Now it is at a pivot place. It's a little beyond the pivot place. Doesn't mean I've seen it do this and turn back. We do have green time frame continuity. I believe if I was to swing over to this side, I'm going to see a break of structure. Come on, let me grab. Okay. Let me grab, turn on smart money. And where are we at? We're looking at FDX. And I want to be on the daily chart. Yep, I talked about NVIDIA yesterday. I talked about SPX and SPY yesterday. All the stuff I said actually did what it was going to do. So this is a double bottom. This thing in here, maybe a triple bottom. Boom, boom, boom. Now this bottom was a little bit lower. I'm not sure how that matters, but I'm sure it does. Was a little bit lower than that one. These two were equal. And this one here was a little bit more of a dip and went on up. Break of structure happened there, equal highs. We haven't really gotten the break of structure per se, but this is kind of going back to up to equilibrium. So this was a pivot. When where we are is a pivot. So it could come back some, but FedEx, triple bottom, boom, boom, gone. Let me see what this is a 2 up candle. This was a 2 up. This was a 2 up. So we've got a continuation going. That was a 2 up. All these are 2 ups. So it could pull back to do what this would return. This would require a little more watching, I think. But I feel like it's been 5 days going as far as 2 ups go. So you could end up seeing it pull back some. Trying to see if I can get into a smaller time frame. Trading FDX, I definitely would. I'm gonna say definitely. If I was trading it, I would look at it as a I would look at a put credit spread, but a call credit spread could be a possibility too, because you are the good resistance here at, what's this, 280? Nope, that's 260. It says 260. Good resistance there. Let me see if I turn this into a line, if we see anything. You see these here in the middle. This, when it went back through, though, it rolled through as momentum. So now this could be support. What's that? 253 could be support now. Of course, there's a few more supports down here. If you were looking at a put credit spread, you can look under here below 253 would work. This is FedEx. They're having earnings after market today, so maybe wait till after the earnings, unless you're going to trade it for earnings, unless you believe it's going to do its thing for earnings. Pierre says, you were right about NVIDIA, but hopefully this is the start today of a reversal to the upside, maybe to 130. I don't know. I've seen some people talk about NVIDIA thinking it's going to go down to about 100. But, a lot of people want it. So it's got a gap to fill down here that it hasn't filled yet. So it may do that first. It's got this gap between June the 4th and June the 5th. That gap hasn't fully filled. Then you got another one down here. Got a couple gaps down here. This one almost filled. And then we got this baby. It ain't a baby, though. It's a full size, dear baby Jesus. It's a big old boy right there. Okay. I think I could count this one as full. Oh, that's not me. That's equilibrium that comes from the indicator. Okay. So, and some of these were also above us, were also created as NVIDIA. That one's filled as NVIDIA has jumped around. I know folk wanted to go back up because a lot of people own shares, but when you own shares, this is the place where you start picking up a few more. If you're a long-term buyer, you pick up a few more. That's NVIDIA. It's at some support, so it could turn back. I mean, for those who are trading NVIDIA, I probably would look, if I was looking, I'd look like iron condorish. Might as well get money on both sides. The top of up here is like 119. No, that's 139. 139 is up there, and the support here, top of this gap, even if you went to the bottom of that gap, is 116. It's a pretty wide range, but if you're going to go out a little bit in time, you could pull in premiums from both sides. I think NVIDIA is a one spread now. Let me see. Trade. Can I move this over there? Not yet. NVIDIA, here we go. Let's put this on single. If we were going out just for the week, looking at maybe a 25 delta, got a plus minus 7. So if you go with like a 25 delta, that puts you at like 115. And I think I said 113. 25 delta here puts you at 127. So 115, 127 vertical. 115, paying $30. Woo. 127, paying $12. So $45 for a one spread. I might need to circle that. I might need to circle NVIDIA for an iron condor, baby. Just get far out and use the plus minus number, plus minus 7. That means you're at 1, actually 7, adding 7 to this. Where are you? Adding 7 puts you at 125, which is closer than I was. And subtracting 7 puts you at 111, which is a little bit further than I was on this side. 111. Yeah, 115 may feel a little close. 111 would probably feel better if you can do $25, $30 in premiums for a one spread and you can close it at 50%. Yeah. For this week, that sounds like some good stuff right there. Yepper. For the credit spread, folks, NVIDIA might be a move. Might very well be a move. Okay, Carnival Cruise Lines. Let's see what they got going in their pre-market. Carnival Cruise Lines. Let's see what the pre-market looked like. It has fallen this morning. Carnival Cruise Line. It fell right down to support though. So it may pop on. It was resistance here. Now it can play support. This is the pre-market, the 4 hours post and pre-market, and that's what it's done so far. Very well could go on back up to where with this monster candle right here could definitely start back up. But, again, as I always say, we don't have a bias, even though I don't think Carnival Cruise Line is back at their glory, but that doesn't mean that we don't trade what we see in the meantime. So now they're going to come back into the market, open up today and see what you see there. Carnival Cruise Lines ends up on our list a lot, but not on our list. Like RCL seems to end up on the list, not Carnival. Royal Caribbean ends up on the list. Pretty steady. This was yesterday. There was a hammer on yesterday. Earnings, of course, happened. So we'll see what today holds. Let's see what today holds. It filled up this gap between these two. Maybe that's what yesterday was doing, was gap filling. Okay. I will go to United Airlines, though, because I did have that on our list. United Airlines. Actually, United Airlines is on the list as an iron condor. Yesterday probably would have been a good day to get in on the support side or the put credit spread side, because you see it had a really good upwards moving day. I have on the graphic, 46.5 was the put credit spread side. We are above that now. 49. Ooh, we're pretty good above that now. It is at 49.08 in pre-market, but let's see. From what I can see here, that's 40. Oh, that's 48, not 46. You actually can go. You might be able to get a little bit closer now that it has bounced off of here. And our top price was 50, but we're at 49 and some change. So let's go look at the option chain now to see if you didn't hop in yesterday to see if there's some opportunities, maybe the same strike prices. Let's go see. Probability out of the money on the bottom side, we can look at 47.5 is 80% probability out of the money. And on the top side, 82 is 51. So adjust the numbers that are on the graphic, adjust them up 1. 47.5 put credit spread and 51 on the call credit spread side. Now, I would take this 47.5 and I would turn it into a one spread. 46.5, 47.5 pays $12. Okay, and the reason I'm making it into a one spread here is because on the top side, it's already one spreads up here. So you want to use the same collateral. 51.52 is paying $10. So you get $10 on the call credit spread side, $12 on the put credit spread side. You're taking in $22 for your iron condor. That's not the chart I wanted, because that chart has lots of stuff happening. Nope. Don't even start it. Okay. Here we go. Call credit spread 5051. Okay. And put credit spread. All righty. Hey, Tanya, I was wondering where you were this morning. You made it. Janae beat you to the call. For shame. You say what I missed. You missed FedEx, Carnival Cruise Lines, which is what we're looking at right. No, Carnival Cruise Line, we already looked at. You missed NVIDIA. That's what you needed to be here for, the NVIDIA. And then we looked at XSP. That's what you missed. We looked at Carnival Cruise Lines. We looked at United Airlines. We looked at XSP. We looked at FedEx. And we looked at NVIDIA. Yep, those are the ones we looked at thus far. Okay, so the vertical credit spreads, which is what I was just talking about, is if you want to be able to trade credit spreads and see what's going on with that, you want to get you a training, right? This training is comprehensive in that it talks about how to select your stocks, how to select your strikes, how to enter, how to exit, how to defend, all the good things that you need for credit spreads. It's all in this training. You can find it at educatortotrader.com. Hey, Vivian, how you doing? Right? Then I created a free charting checklist, because people aren't charting. But you have to chart in order to see, or at least you need to be able to see where supports and resistance are at the very minimum. You got to be able to see that. And if you're not sure of like how to start charting, I don't want to teach all the things, because people have answers to all the things. Go to chartyourway to100k.com and get you that free checklist. Get you the free checklist. All right. Nori, in our membership, if you go into that Telegram and you do a search at the top for charting, you put in the word charting or something like that, some resources are going to pop up for you to be able to watch. That's one of the benefits of the membership, is you're going to be able to go and look at some of the previous things that we did on the topic of charting. Okay. All right. So free charting checklist. My class, I do have it on Thursday evening. The one where we teach, it's on Thursday evening. Okay. I do a live YouTube live on Sundays. And then the Chart Your Way to 100K training that we are doing, we are meeting on the Thursday and meeting on a weekend day. Last week we did Sunday at 4, and we may continue to do that. So it is on the weekend as well. Thursday during the week, if you're joining the Chart Your Way to 100K training sessions, it's got 4 weeks of interactive learning. That's on Thursdays at 7. Yeah, 7. And then on Sundays, we did it at 4 last week. We'll probably keep that same time. I like that time. It did feel like we might have to move it back to maybe 3 or 3:30 because it felt like it ran out too fast. But that's when we're training. And at this point, we're focusing on charting and charting technical analysis. Okay. All righty. Anything else? Vivian, be sure to you can send me an inbox either on Facebook or someplace. Email me, Arlissa at Educator Trader. Either way, you can find me so we can talk about specifically what you're looking for. On Facebook, I'm Arlissa Bostic Pinkleton. You can send me an inbox or find me in a Facebook group. All the places, right? I'm in all the places. Send me a message. We'll reply back. All right. E2T membership. We were just talking about it. It has morning calls, weekly training calls on Thursday. We also have monthly calls once a month. which is the first Saturday of the month. And we have a good Telegram group where we just kind of hang out and do what we need to do together. But not, I think people get what they need. I'm gonna leave it there. People get what they need. It's one of those, you're getting what you need out of this. So at whatever level you decide you're going to engage, that's how much engaging we do, right? E2T Trader's Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All righty. So if you're hanging out with us and you need some stuff, please feel free to reach out, whether that's in the Facebook group. Yeah, you can send me YouTube comments, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, all the things. You can email me. You can, all the things. You can find me in the places. All right. TikTok, Instagram. Where else am I? Facebook. Yeah, I'm in all the places. All righty. I'm going to bid you all a fond farewell. I want you to have a great green day. I want you to stay green and I want you to get this money. All righty. I will see you in the market.